What's up, everybody? My name is Dr. Marcella Wilson from marcellawilson.com, and today we're going to be talking about the new iPhone 6. More specifically, we're going to be talking about the Apple Pay feature. So let's get into it. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, everybody is talking about the new iPhone 6. Okay? Everybody's going crazy because Apple sold over 10 million units this past weekend. It set a new sales record. Okay. Now, I know this is not a picture of the new iPhone 6. I was hoping to get mine. I did not get one. I would like the iPhone 6 Plus. I don't care if it bends or not. I want one. Nobody sent me one to review, but that's okay. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to get a new iPhone 6. But if you were fortunate to be one of the 10 million people who have gotten them, it has a whole bunch of new features and fancy bells and whistles and things that it can do. But most people are excited or curious about the new Apple Pay feature. So this is a feature that if it's enabled, it's going to allow its users to pay for purchases without a credit card. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so studies have shown that people always carry their cell phone close to them or on their being, right? So Apple was like, hey, instead of carrying your iPhone and your credit card in your purse or your wallet or on you, you don't have to do that anymore. In your purse, you could just carry your iPhone. Pretty cool, huh? So, using this feature, you eliminate the need to carry a credit card. But this is a new feature, and a lot of people have a lot of questions about it. They want to know what it is it safe, how does it work? And that's what this video is going to be talking about today. So first, let's talk about what is it? Okay, what is the Apple Pay feature? The Apple Pay feature is essentially mobile payments. Mobile payments is the ability for you to pay for products using your cell phone. That's it, right? Now, mobile payments are nothing new. We already have Google Wallet, Square Wallet, Visa's VMe. These are all different types of um, mobile payments that are out there by Google and Visa that you can use that have been on the scene already, but they have had moderate success. However, with the new Apple Pay feature, which starts October 2014, it's essentially a new take on mobile payments, right? So chances are, I know you're familiar with iTunes, right? Because you probably bought a song or an app there. I know I have. I'm always on there. But in order to do that, you've got to have a credit card on file, right? So because of this, Apple has like 800 million accounts on file with a credit card connected to it. So with your Apple Pay feature, those 800 million customers, if they choose to, get an iPhone 6 and then enable this feature, they can go to places like McDonald's, the Disney Store, Nike, Macy's, Subway, Sephora, and other retailers who are jumping on the bandwagon. They can go to these places and use their iPhone 6 to make a payment and leave their credit card at home. All right? So, that's what the Apple Pay feature is. Let's take a closer look at how it works. And it's pretty cool. So basically, if you want to pay for something, if you're, in the Nike store or whatever, all you got to do is wave or tap your iPhone near the store terminal or the cash register. You got to have your finger on the Touch ID or on the home button, and presto, you've just completed a purchase. Now, you don't have to wake up the display. You don't need an app. You don't need anything like that. You just have to wave it near the cash register or whatever they're using to take payment. The only thing you do need to do is you've got to enable this feature. Now, this feature is not going to work on your older iPhones. Like I got an iPhone 5, it's not going to work. You have to have a new iPhone 6 in order for this to work. All right, so let's take a closer look at how this works and how they keep your information safe. I want you to think about it as like opening a locked door. So in order to open a locked door, you've got to have a key and a lock. You need those two to open the door, right? Right. Okay. So let's take a look at the lock that they use, or what I'm attributing to be a lock. Each iPhone 6 is assigned a unique device account number. Now, what is this? This is an ID number that is specific and unique to each iPhone 6. Okay? This number does not change. No two iPhone 6s will have the same unique device account number. It is specific, only used once for a specific iPhone 6, right? So it's like a social security number for an iPhone. All right? But specifically for your purchases. That makes sense? All right. So, now let's look at what I call the key. All right? So, you are waving your iPhone near the cash register. That iPhone is assigned a unique device account number, but when you make the purchase, it generates a transaction-specific dynamic security code. Now, what is that? It is a 16-digit code that's unique to the purchase you make. Only the purchase you make. So each transaction you make will have a unique transaction-specific dynamic security code. Try saying that 5 times. So if you make 2 purchases, you're going to have 2 transaction-specific dynamic security codes. The cool thing about this is the transaction-specific dynamic security code expires after each transaction, so it can only be used once. All right, so like I said before, think of this as your key. All right, but we need the door. Where is the door? Where is the door? Well, Apple has added an extra layer of security to the Apple Pay feature, which I call the door, because no purchase is complete without using your fingerprint to complete the purchase. So you can't open the door or complete the transaction if the fingerprint doesn't match, and this is called the Touch ID feature. Now, this is already on the iPhone 5, so they're using this in the iPhone 6 to help you complete transactions, right? So in order to complete a transaction, you've got to have your unique device account, your transaction specific security code, and your Touch ID. But everybody wants to know, is it safe? I mean, is this really safe? Now, from a human contact standpoint, the purchase is secure because you never give your name, credit card, or the security number, the security code from your credit card to a person or to the cashier. There's no exchange of a credit card number. No personal information is transferred. All right, because if you use the Apple Pay feature, you don't need your actual credit card to make a purchase. So it's really, really brilliant. Okay, your credit card, your actual credit card number is not used to make a purchase, so someone can't steal it. Also, I know we talked about the unique device account number and the transaction specific dynamic security code. Well, people can't steal that and take it to, say, like Zappos.com and buy some shoes because it's not a credit card number, right? So, and plus, they don't have your fingerprint. So you totally can't steal those 2 numbers and go somewhere else and make a purchase. So right now, I know you're like thinking, well, look, Apple has my credit card number, right? It's stored somewhere. Well, that is true, right? So your information is stored on a specific chip that's on the iPhone. This chip is called the Secure Element chip that's stored on your iPhone inside of it. And your financial information is on this chip. However, it's only used to generate the transaction specific dynamic security card. And I don't want to get all techie on you, but you cannot access this chip, or no one can steal it or hack into this chip because it can't be accessed by the operating system. So that may be a little above your head, but just know that it cannot be stolen. So this chip, the secure element, the secure element chip is dedicated solely to the security of your payment transactions. So it's also worth mentioning that Apple does not store your credit card information on its servers. So I know we've heard about, the cloud, the iCloud, and security breaches and people getting hacked. We all heard what happened to Target and Home Depot, how they had massive security breaches. We've heard about those leaks of celebrity nude photos, all because of the well, some through the iCloud, some not. But we know that Apple uses the iCloud, but Apple does not store your credit card information on its server, so it's no danger of your information being stolen from the iCloud, okay? Okay, and so you may be worried, well, someone can steal my actual cell phone, right? Someone can actually steal my cell phone and go make a purchase. Well, they can't do it because in order to complete a purchase, they've got to have your fingerprint, right? So if they don't have your fingerprint using Touch ID, the transaction will not go through. All right? So, the real question is do you think that the Apple Pay feature is safe? Do you think your financial information is safe if you choose to use it? Would you use it? Is this the death of the credit card? So, given the recent data breaches of Target and Home Depot, would you use the Apple Pay feature on the iPhone 6? All right, so leave me a comment, let me know, and let me know what you think about the Apple Pay feature and if you would use it. All right, so thanks for watching. Please like and share this video. Also, check me out at marcellawilson.com and follow me on Twitter. Have a great day.